Hi, it's Mark. Recently, I've been seeing this question pop up on my Instagram post. If someone took everything away from me, my business, my investments, all my money in the bank, would I be able to start from scratch and become a multi-millionaire again? Well, funny enough, that's the exact same question I asked Richard Branson when I was around his house having lunch. Well, the short answer is the same as his. Yes, I would be able to achieve it again. But what I really think is I'd be able to achieve it in around about half the time or less. But of course, the interesting part is not if I think I could do it, but it's how I could go about doing it. So here are the 3 basic rules to this challenge. 1, I have to do it from a starting date of 2020. 2, I go back to being a 16-year-old. And 3, I keep all my business and invest in knowledge. Now the challenge will be to find the fastest way to move from employee to self-employed to business owner and finally investor. By watching this video all the way through, you'll have access to the exact roadmap I would personally use to become a millionaire from scratch in the modern age. If you listen and use the information I'm about to share with you, you could be the next millionaire. But the first step along the path is to smash that like button. Okay then, so we got to get ourselves into that age pod, which is going to make me 36 years younger. I like the sound of that. Just imagine a 16-year-old me. I've just left school with no qualifications. I don't have any money, but I do have a dodgy hairstyle. To top it all off, the world has experienced a global pandemic, causing unemployment to rise to near the levels of the Great Depression. And the stock market has become so unpredictable. Things might not look great at the moment, but in my opinion, this new world offers opportunities more than you might first think, especially if you know where to look. So you can keep track of the challenge. I'm going to put a counter down here. It's going to track the time and my net worth for every stage in the video. So let's set it to 0 and get started. Where's all my money gone? My first move would be getting the highest paid job possible. Now, if this is at minimum wage, working for McDonald's or Walmart or anything like that, that'll be fine. The aim isn't to be comfortable. That's actually the worst thing it can be. When you get paid just enough to make you comfortable, your salary becomes a drug, and that makes you forget all your dreams. The only purpose of this job is to establish an income stream. Without money, it's very, very hard to accomplish anything. Instead of thinking of it as a drug, I will be using it as fuel to propel me towards my goals. My second move would be to establish a side hustle or a side job of some sort. The pandemic has fast-tracked the digital revolution. Online shopping is more popular than ever, and the internet is an unbelievable tool for our new entrepreneurs. Online marketing would be the #1 high-income skill that I would want to learn. The best way for me to do that and make some money on the side would be to set up a drop shipping store. Drop shipping is when you take a product from a supplier, market and advertise it online, and then get the supplier to ship it directly to the customer for you, allowing you to make a small profit without even physically touching the item. On YouTube, drop shipping is advertised as this awesome way to make lots of money without doing any work. Do you know what? That's not really the reality. Running a profitable drop shipping store requires you to learn the basics of business, how to run ads on social media, how to build a website, how to write in a way that makes people want to buy, graphic design, and in some cases, video editing. I'd approach lots of local businesses and shops and talk to them about the stock they've got sitting around that they can't sell. Almost every business has stock it wants to get rid of. And normally this will be, the end of a line product, for example, something that's gone a bit out of date. And with all my online marketing knowledge, I'd be in the perfect position to help them. So you can say, look, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 50% of what I sell it for. Now, if that's in cash, any business owner is going to be very happy. It's a win-win situation. I'm a big fan of learning while you're earning. Now this is where I would take a real step back here and take a deep breath before taking on the hurdle so many people fall at, and that's lifestyle inflation. This is when people increase the amount that they're spending on their lifestyle as their income increases, maybe to impress their friends, or they see it as rewarding themselves. They end up living a lifestyle that's paycheck to paycheck. even on a good income. To avoid this, I would create a budget and stick to it religiously. I need to have enough money to do 3 extremely important things. 1, I'd build myself an emergency fund. This is a savings account with 3 to 5 months of living expenses to be used if something unexpected comes up, and that'll help me stay out of debt. 2, invest in a pension account every year without fail. 3, open a Vanguard account and start consistently investing in low-cost index funds like the S&P 500. I mean, this is a collection of top 500 companies in the USA. You can't go wrong. By owning a part of all of them, the money will grow with the USA economy, which long term has always increased. And by starting at such a young age, I would be able to take advantage of compound interest. And if you're familiar with the snowball effect, you already know that something can build upon itself. My third move would be building a strong network of connections. This means cutting off the people that are holding me back and making friends with people that are going to push me forward. An important part of this would be finding new mentors to help guide me. Their insights would be extremely valuable as they're able to see my situation from a different perspective. I could bounce various ideas off them and hear their opinions. Now, I would do this by using social media to grow my personal brand and documenting my journey. Everyone is online now, and I'd want to take advantage of that attention and publish as much content as possible. This is the fastest way to expand your network and attract like-minded people. When people feel a personal connection towards you, then it opens up many doors, even more than you could imagine. My fourth move would happen the day I turned 18. It would be getting a credit card. In my opinion, this is one of the best things you can ever do, as long as you use it correctly. A credit card has so many benefits, including protection on purchases, points you can use for free travel, cashback, and most importantly, building your credit score. The younger I'm able to start building my credit score, the better, because it means in the future that when I'm ready to invest in property and things like that, I'll have better access to better loans. But be warned, credit cards are like fire. They can keep you warm, but they can burn you depending on how you use them. So only ever buy the things that you would be buying anyway, like gas or groceries. I would make sure to pay them off in full at the end of every month in order to avoid paying any interest or late fees. Move number 5 would be asking you to smash that thumbs up button and ring that bell if you haven't already done it. It really helps YouTube show my videos to new people. My 5th move is when things really start coming together. I would use the money, the skills, the connections I had built during all of this startup time, and then I'd make a scalable business once I'd identified a gap in the market, most likely within an online or a software niche. As soon as the business shows promising signs, I would go full throttle at it and grow it as fast as possible. There is no point in growing slowly, as my competitors would be catching up to me, and every day I wasn't selling to as many customers as possible, I'd be effectively just losing money. I would reinvest as much of the profit as possible back into my business. The main aim would be setting it up in a way that it's not reliant on me and my time. I'd also want to make sure that there were multiple income streams within the business in case, for any reason, that one of them was cut off. Once my business was able to support itself and it was making money on almost autopilot, it would be time for my 6th move. Diversify and focus on my personal portfolio. 50% of my portfolio would consist of real estate, as rental properties can generate income all year round. I'd make sure to take into account the school links, income level of the area, and also if it's an up and coming area. The rental income is great and it will pay off your mortgage, but the increase in the value of the property generally is fantastic if you buy right. The wealthiest people nowadays collect property the way they used to collect classic cars. Interest rates are low, prices have fallen, and you don't have to tie up a lot of cash in the investment. And with apps like Airbnb, I could also consider short-term renting. 25% of my portfolio would be in low-cost index fund like the S&P 500, as this will allow me to be growing my wealth with the stock market. Pension accounts would make up 10%. I always think the word pension sounds like old age, and I think that's the reason why it puts a lot of young people off doing a pension. The truth is the word may be old, but they're one of the best and most tax efficient long-term investments you're likely to ever make. 12% will consist of investing my money into businesses seeking investment. This would be, a lot like Dragon's Den or Shark Tank. In return for a percentage of their business, I'll be offering my money, mentoring, and connections. I would use 2.5% of my portfolio to dabble in individual stocks. This is money that I can afford to lose, so I can have a bit of fun with it. Maybe purchasing a bit of Tesla, a bit of Apple, who knows? But you can just have a little play and you can never know where it's going to take you. I'd reserve 0.5% for the most risky investments, such as cryptocurrencies. Now, you've got to be careful here. You've got to do an established brand like Bitcoin. Although I wouldn't recommend this to anyone that doesn't already have a strong investment portfolio established and can afford to take the risk. I'm opening myself up a little bit to the possibility of reward without worrying about any losses. If cryptocurrencies see another boom like the last 10 years, then I want to make sure I get my fair share. If you like this video, then you're going to love this next one. I'm going to leave it right here for you, but don't click on it just yet. If you like the video, drop a like on it for me and subscribe to the channel and ring that old bell if you want to grow your wealth. Okay, so you can click on it now. I'll see you over there.